Well, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today, on the table in front of us, we have a new knife to the world, a new knife to the family, and just a generally cool knife all the way around. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Iona. This happens to be the Sith edition. Now, this is a little bit of a story. A favorite restaurant of the guys that run Giant Mouse was suffering greatly in the time of COVID, as many restaurants were. So they put together this red-handled Ace Iona and decided to sell it and put all the profits towards helping out that restaurant. And so there were 188 of these, and they sold out in less than 2 minutes. I was lucky enough to snag one. I have since given this to Women Carry Knives because it is just her size of knife. But it is, nonetheless, a really gorgeous pocket knife. It is aluminum scales. It is an M390 blade. It is very, very slicey, although I have slicier, but still it is a very nice edge on it. It is smooth and easy to use. I really love the work they've done here. And they called it the Sith, and for a Star Wars nerd like me, how could I pass that up? I wish it was a little bigger. I'm not going to lie. I would love to carry this. If they made an Iona XL, I would have 2 of them because the overall shape and comfort in hand is, you just can't question it. It is very, very nice. However, because of its size, it has landed in Women Carry Knives collection, and she is very happy about that, as you would be, because it is beautiful. It really is lovely. So how small is it? Well, let's do the size comparisons right off the bat. Here's our old friend, the Bug Out. And when the Bug Out is bigger than the knife we're talking about, you know it's a reasonably small knife. This is a small guy, but it makes it a great carry. It really does. For a large size comparison, here is against the Ritter Hogue, the RSK MK1 G2, and as you can see, of course, it's just dwarfed. The overall length on this guy, from tip to tail, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3/4 of an inch. So it's just under 7 inches in overall length. The blade is 1, 2, 3, 2 3/4 inches of cutting on just at 3 inches of M390. It is reasonably lightweight, of course, since it is aluminum. It is not ultra lightweight, and it does have liners on the inside as well. I really enjoy this thing. Like I said, if they made an XL version of this, I think it'd probably be one of my all-time favorite knives. Let's go ahead and weigh it out while we've got it on the table, so we know. Come on, scale. There we go. So we're coming in at just 3 ounces, which means it is right at that ounce per inch weight that many people like. And again, I do love this knife a lot. If it's an indication of the quality that you get from Giant Mouse, I'm going to start hunting giant mice, or at least Giant Mouse knives. The grip area is interesting. It is 1, 2, 3 and a half, a little bit inches. If it didn't have this nub down here, if it was just a flat rectangle, it would be a much easier carry for me. But as you can see, it sort of pushes my pinky off onto this nub, which is a little uncomfortable. The clip is one of my favorites. I love wire clips. And so you get a really nice deep carry wire clip on this thing. This is a great knife. Now, as I mentioned, it's a liner lock, and we're locked up at just about 40%. The lock bar is reasonably easy to access because it has some jimping on it. It is the only jimping on the knife. I think I might have liked it if there was a little bit of a cutout right here. I mean, there is a... No, there isn't. It'd be nice if there was a little bit of a cutout right here where your thumb slides over to access the lock bar, but that's a nitpick. It really is. This thing is just excellent all the way around. You know, can you get this one? Well, no, but you can get the Ace Iona. And so if you're looking for a small, really well-made, just high-quality knife from a great company, then the Ace Iona is probably a really good place to look. You do have some choices. It's lighter, but it's a little bit larger. As I mentioned it before, here it is again. This, of course, is the bug out, and as you can see, it's a little bigger, but about the same price, right? Another similarly priced knife that's getting a review of its own here on the channel very shortly. This is the Ritterhogue, the RSK MK2 G2 Mini. Can we just call it the Ritterhogue Mini? We're going to call it the Ritterhogue Mini. These two have a very similar cutting profile, as you can see, and very, very similar size. And again, they are very similar in price. For you, it's going to come down to what materials you prefer. And finally, in a slightly less expensive vein, that's right, I'm going to show you a SOG. This is the Terminus XR. Now, this again has a very, very similar space and pocket. These are about $100. This is the S35VN model. You're going to see this again this week. I'm running a full review of the XR series, but I wanted to bring it out because there are a lot of knives in this size range in similar prices. And again, it sort of falls to you. This is S35VN. Of course, this again is M390, but where you land is going to fall a little bit on what your preferred aesthetic is. And I got to tell you, of all the knives I just showed you, from a visual perspective, I think the Ace Iona is my favorite. I really do. This is a beautiful knife. It's beautiful. Again, it's simple, it's elegant, it's comfortable in hand. Even for me, being a three-finger knife, it is still comfortable. I don't want to allude that it's not. And I think you'd really enjoy it if you're looking for a knife in this size. Before we go, let's take a look at the blade stock. I haven't done this yet, so I'm a little curious. Or not. Hey, there we are. So the blade stock is not monstrous. It is 2.96 millimeters, which is reasonably thin blade stock, which is why you get this nice edge. It is a high flat grind. It does have a flat here at the top a little bit, but you end up with a very nice edge because you don't start with terrifically thick material. Now let's go ahead, oops, and what is going on here? The handle, as you can see, is just under a ½ inch, 0.48 inches. Yeah, look again. This is a great carry. It really is. I am thoroughly impressed. Now, I have had an Ace Biblio, which I very much enjoyed. I guess Giant Mouse and the Ace line associated with it tend to make smaller knives. That's just kind of their jam. So accepting that is one part of appreciating the knife. Not every company makes knives that are built for my giant meat hooks, but they make excellent knives just the same. And I guess that's where we're going to wrap this up. I know this is a little short, but there's been a ton of great reviews on this. If you guys are interested, Women Carry Knives will have one. There are some other people that have taken a really long and in-depth look at this knife. If you're looking for a small knife, and or this happens to be your size of knife, and you're looking for a new addition to the collection, the Ace Iona, in any of its various forms and formats, is probably an excellent choice for you. If the Bug Out or the Mini RSK or any of these smaller knives are the right size for you, this is going to be an excellent addition to that collection as well. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Ace Iona Sith edition, which I just love. I've been a Therapeutic Edge. We'll see you next time, guys.